I got some new fragrance samples and I got a new fragrance. I know y'all enjoy these. Let's get to sampling because I got some thoughts about these scents. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Disa Maria here. Yes, we got some new samples in and a new fragrance. As you all know, we love to do sampling series videos here on the channel. That is when I get some samples in. I've tested them on paper as well as on skin. So we have a full first impression of what the fragrance is. So let's get into it. Some of these I've actually mentioned before on the channel, and some of these are new, and some of these I'm doing a follow-up on. So this is going to be a well-rounded video. But as always, lipstick of the day today, everyone. I am rocking out with, this is MAC, and this is the shade Taste Me. It's kind of this orangey nude color. I'm here for it's going with the summery theme today. Yes, everything on the face and all that will be in the description box below, so you don't have to ask questions, as well as all the fragrances that I discussed. Next up, we have fragrance of the day, and to go along with the summery theme, I'm rocking out with Juicebox's Carioca Heart. We know and love this one, and we'll talk more about it later. But again, fragrance of the day is Juicebox's Carioca Heart. As always, I got my samples from my friends over at Twisted Lily, so super excited about that. I do have a code with them, so if you're interested in sampling anything I talk about today, or anything you're just interested in on your own, definitely check that out and use my code for a discount. So now let's get into these fragrance samples. So first up, so since we are here, and it's kind of perfect because I'm wearing it today, I did get a sample of Juicebox's Carioca Heart. As you all can see right here, this is a fragrance that I do highly recommend sampling first. Yes, let me tell you, I've already done its dedicated review, but we're gonna talk about why I say that again for the new people that may have missed that, because this fragrance was not a love at first sniff for me. It took a second and third sniff. It took a sample to win me over on this fragrance. So let's get into the notes, y'all. So with Juicebox's Carioca Heart, we have notes of lemon, pineapple, and mango. Then we have peony, we got rum, absolute, we have sandalwood. Then we have vanilla bean, labdanum, and we have ambroxan in here too. So let me tell you, where is my scent strip? Here it is. The ambroxan is prominent. Let me tell you that about this fragrance. So if you don't like ambroxan or you have anosmic to it, this isn't going to work for you. I can tell you that right now. And for me, I couldn't really smell it the first time I smelled this fragrance, which was back in the winter time. It is now August when I'm filming this. And since it's gotten hot, now I can smell the fragrance. And more importantly, the other notes come through in this scent. So I get more of the pineapple. I get more of the mango too now, and the lemon. And I love peony. Like, peony is one of my absolute favorite flowers. Like, it's just gorgeous to me, especially in the springtime. But I appreciate it in a fragrance because we don't get it every day and I can actually smell it. But more importantly, this is a summer fragrance. This is a juicy fragrance. And one thing too, I can speak on this one lasts all day. The longevity is definitely there. I have no complaints whatsoever with that. And it is one of the perks, again, going back to the ambroxan, that you do get with ambroxan, is that you get longevity out of the fragrance. So in my opinion, yes, obviously, because we have the full size bottle. Juicebox Carioca Heart, y'all, is absolutely full bottle worthy. And this fragrance has been hyped up over the summer. I've also been hyping it up myself. It's because I think it has been a well-rounded scent for the summertime. It's really good. And I'm actually curious to see how this fragrance is going to perform in the summertime. So that again is my thoughts on Juicebox's Carioca Heart. So yes, you see the sample, and yes, you see the full size bottle. So that answers that. This next fragrance, I've heard some good things about this scent. I heard some wonderful things about this one. So I was very happy to get a sample of it, you all. Next fragrance we're going to talk about is from the house of Xerjoff. And this is Xerjoff's Cambridge Club. So yes, we got a sample of it. And let's get into the notes, because it's a part of the JTC collection, which is the Join the Club collection of Xerjoff, which technically the notes are a secret, but over time people do dissect and figure out what the notes are. So I'm going to give you that. So y'all, we have notes of Bulgarian rose, we have coriander, and then we also have caramel and bourbon vanilla in this fragrance. So this is one, just reading those notes, I'm like, I'm gonna like this, because everything in here listed I like. That just works for me. So here's the thing. This is a fragrance I've heard a lot about because of the fact people say it smells like another popular fragrance, but in particular, and that fragrance that Cambridge Club is always compared to or mentioned in the same conversation with is this beauty right here. This is from Mrs. Francis Kirk Johns, and this is Gentle Fluidity Gold. So as you can see, my bottle, I've had my bottle for a few years. That is why my juice is deeper and darker, because of course vanilla gets darker over time. So this fragrance is what is often mentioned when we talk about Cambridge Club. And I said, okay, since I have it now, I have a full size bottle, of course, of my Gentle Fluidity Gold, and I have a sample of it, we can actually compare, y'all. And I have to say, because I'm smelling Cambridge Club, she's rich. She's rich and she's well blended. Now, that's one thing you're gonna get with Xerjoff for sure. Well blended, that's what they do. I get the coriander, I get the rose, I get the caramel and the bourbon vanilla. Absolutely, that is what I get. But it got some body to it, in my opinion. With Cambridge Club too, this one would do well at night as a date night stand, and more so in cooler weather, in my opinion. I would like this more so when we get to fall. I'm thinking I would reach for this one much more then, even though I like it now, but I think I would love it even more then. And while we are here, yes, I do have Ginger Fluidity Gold also sprayed, so we can go ahead and get this comparison out the way while we're here. I see how they're similar. I can't see how they are similar, but I gotta say this. In my opinion, Ginger Fluidity Gold smells more transparent, more casual, more airy, more daytime. Whereas Cambridge Club, yes, by Xerjoff is giving nighttime. It's more denser, it's more thicker, and it is richer. So I see why they're compared, but in my opinion, I would wear them for two completely reasons. So that's what I want to say about that comparison while we're here. And by the way, I enjoy Cambridge Club so much that yes, I do have a full-size bottle of it. So there's your answer there. So yes, your girl also has Ginger Fluidity Gold, yes, by MFK, but I also have Cambridge Club because there's a place for both of these in my collection, even though they are distantly related. So I gotta say that, but still two different worlds. And that again is Xerjoff's Cambridge Club. Now the next sample that we have, this one was highly talked about back during the cold weather season when it came out. It came out early February, I remember. This one has some Initio Parfums, you all, and we have Initio's Narcotic Delight. Very happy to get a sample of this because this one was highly talked about because of the fact it was going to be Initio's cherry fragrance. And as we know, cherry, it has been a trend that won't go away per se. Everybody's doing cherry, from designers to the niche world. So here we are. So with Initio's Narcotic Delight, we have notes of cherry, cognac, vanilla, black and pink pepper, tobacco, and Hedion. If y'all remember, I did smell this fragrance back when it first came out, and I was not feeling it because the pepper was just a lot. Again, there is pink and black pepper in this fragrance. You smell it in the opening for sure, but let me tell you, it really takes to dry down for this fragrance. And in my opinion, it takes 15 minutes for me to like this fragrance. So once this fragrance dries down, then I get the cherry and I get the cognac and all that happening. I get the tobacco and I enjoy those type of notes, but then I get more of a boozier cherry. And to me, this is a drier take on cherry. A lot of the other cherry fragrances tend to be more on the juicier side of cherry. This is dry, kind of almost dusty. and naturally boozy because hello, cognac. Grown up for sure, definitely grown up, and it does not smell like all the other cherry fragrances. I gotta say that. So this is a different take on the cherry fragrance craze, the cherry DNA. So I'm okay with it. This is absolutely a cold weather cherry too. I want to mention that as well. So for that reason, yes, I think Initio's Narcotic Delight is full bottle worthy. And if you've been here on the channel, then you know we got a full-size bottle of it because Narcotic Delight, and I even said this when I first sampled it, it was the end of the winter time and we were heading into the spring. And I was like, I'm not gonna wear it right now. However, now we're on the flip side of this thing. We're at the end of summer and we're heading into fall. So now I'm like, I will actually wear this fragrance. So that's why Narcotic Delight is here with us. That again, of course, is Initio's Narcotic Delight. Now these last two fragrances are from the same house, and I'm pretty sure y'all are going to be interested in this. Now the next fragrance we're going to talk about, you all, this is from Amouage. Yes, and Amouage, this is a house that is so polarizing for a lot of people. Either you love it or you hate it. Even though you might have something you love, but you might hate the next one that comes out. That's kind of where I fall on the spectrum. So for that reason, Amouage is a house that I do not recommend blind buying from at all. Even though I stan the ones that are in my collection. However, I have smelled some that are like, absolutely not. So I always want to preface that about Amouage. This is why we do sampling videos. So this next one, I've seen it, but it really isn't talked about a whole lot, y'all. And this is Amouage's Lilac Love. Lilac Love, y'all. So I have a sample right here. This is a Twisted Lily decant of it right here. It's a 2 ml. So with Lilac Love, y'all, we have top notes of lilac accord, we have heliotrope, we have peony, and we have gardenia. Then we have heart notes, y'all, of orris, cocoa bean, tonka bean, and we have base notes, y'all, of sandalwood, patchouli, and vanilla. So naturally, I said, okay, it's called Lilac Love. I am already expecting a lilac bomb. That's what we're thinking we're going to get here, right? That is what you get. There's cocoa bean listed here in the heart notes, and you do get lilac first, and then I get cocoa bean. That's what I get, which is so interesting. Because I was just expecting this just to be a straight up floral bomb, but this is actually like a floral gourmand in my opinion. So that is unique with, hey, it's a niche fragrance, it's Amouage, you know, they're gonna always give us something, some extra with it. I like this. I do like this. It literally smells like the color lilac. I mean, the bottle is a lilac bottle too, so it just helps. So I gotta say, what was conveyed with the bottle, the notes, is actually what I get. It's a very powdery scent, 100% powdery scent. And it's smelling that way because there's heliotrope in here too. Auras. This is a spring fragrance. Or if you're a person where lilac is your favorite flower, you will love this fragrance. This is for you. I'm really enjoying this one. Now, I see myself more so wanting this one, say maybe next spring, but right now, because I'm heading into fall, this is a no right now, but I'm gonna hold on to my sample and I may change my mind and I might end up with a full bottle of it for spring 2025. Oh, wow. But yes, this is a not right now, but I do like it. And that again is Amouage's Lilac Love. This next sample, y'all, is Amouage again. Yes, Amouage is having a moment here. And this is Amouage's Love Delight. Yes, this came out this year, early year, I want to say spring. This was the spring release, and of course now guidance number 46 out of their exceptional extract line has come out, but we'll talk about that another time. But alas, we're talking about Amouage Love Delight because y'all, I was so close to blind buying this fragrance, but I kept seeing and hearing so many polarizing reviews on it that I was like, absolutely not. I need a sample of it. So yes, again, thank you Twisted Lily, because I need to sample these. I'd rather get a little sample of it to make sure I like it versus blind buy something that's from the house of Amouage, you know, niche pricing, and you be mad at it. So I said, let's check it out. So yeah, we have top notes of ginger, mandarin, rosewater, and cinnamon. And then we have heart notes, y'all, of heliotrope, jasmine, and rose. Then we have base notes, y'all, of vanilla, cocoa, rum, absolute, and cypriol. Let me tell y'all something. When I first sprayed this on paper, like when I first got the package in, unboxed it, all that, I was like, okay, I'm sprayed it on paper, test it out. I immediately liked it, just spraying it on paper, right? Then, of course, I proceeded to wear it, wore it a few times on skin, all of that. This is a love. This is a love, and I do not understand why everybody has been hating on this fragrance. This is amazing. This is really good. But I will say, you gotta like ginger. If you don't like ginger, which gives a zinginess to fragrances, you're not gonna like this. So I can understand it if you hate ginger, because this is a ginger bomb for sure. Then the heliotrope, y'all, gives a powderiness, and then the dry down later on skin, that's when you get that cocoa, rum, like the more gourmandness. This is a fragrance that takes you on a journey, but it's not super loud and heavy. And I'm convinced that people are mad at this fragrance because it's not as loud, kick down the door as some of the other Amouage fragrances. This one still holds its own though. It does. Like, I think Love Delight is gonna be one of those fragrances that people hated on it first, then people gonna come back to it a year later, and then everybody's gonna love it. I think that's what's gonna happen with this scent. But in a nutshell, I need a bottle of this yesterday. I need Love Delight. I need it. I love this. This is a yes for me. And in my opinion, it's also a good transitional scent. So into summer, going into fall, because of how the notes are happening here. Yeah, I'm here for this. Excellent. So this again is Amouage's Love Delight. And the fragrance I picked up, y'all, because I am essentially headed into fall at this moment, because now we're in the downswing of August, y'all. This next fragrance is peak fall, and I'm super excited to share it with you all. This is from the house of Andrea Mac, and this is Jest. And if you recall, I did a sampling series video in the past, a few months ago, and I talked about this one. I sampled this scent, and I told y'all, this smells like peak spooky season, and I still say that, especially not having a full-size bottle of it. But let's get into the notes, y'all. We have top notes of plum, cardamom, and apple. Just the top notes alone already fall. Then we have heart notes, y'all, of heliotrope, rum, and chocolate. And then we have base notes of vanilla, ambroxan, and musk. And let me tell y'all something. It plays no games. Oh, by the way, this is a 25% concentrated fragrance. It is an extrait de parfum. This is potent, extremely potent. Let me tell you something, a little bit goes a very long way. I get the plum, I get the cardamom, and I get the apple. And then on skin more so, not so much on paper, then I get the chocolate and all that coming through. And then the vanilla, but most importantly, I'm getting these dark fruits. There's a spookiness to this scent, of mysteriousness, a darkness, but it's fruity at the same time. And I gotta say, if you all know how much I love another fragrance out of the same extract line, which is the Pavilion fragrance, I've talked about that one, I've even done a dedicated review on it. In the dry down, I can tell this is a cousin to it because I get some of that DNA. For sure, they have the same perfumer now that I look it up. But this right here for fall. Now this fragrance came out in the springtime and I feel like it came out at the wrong season. But for fall here in America, oh, this is gonna be everything. So that's why we went ahead and got it. And this right here again is Andrea Mac's Jest. Highly recommend checking it out because let me tell you something, it's potent. So all right everyone, that wraps up this sampling series video as well as my new fragrance I have picked up. So yes, as you can see, a lot of these samples I am digging, giving that full size bottles have happened, and I'm also feeling some other ones maybe just for later on, not necessarily right now, but yeah. All in all, I think this was a solid sampling series. I'm very pleased with it. I'm very happy with it. Let me know what you think about these fragrances I discussed. Have you sampled any of these? Do you own any of them? Do you love them? Do you hate them? Let me know in the comments below, which I know y'all are gonna do anyway, but that's why I love y'all, because I'm gonna read it. And I will catch y'all in the next video. Bye y'all.